During one of his trips, YouTube urban explorer Dan Bell stopped by a derelict factory in Clarksburg, Wisconsin to get some film. From the outside, it is clear that the building has sat vacant for much time and is now only home to graffiti and small animals. Dan walks up to the small entry that is covered up to get a shot inside. It is while doing so that a shadow person appears from the left side of the screen, of which Dan does not notice at the time of filming. He continues to capture some more footage from the inside of the building where the shadow then appears once again, on the exact same side as before. Only this time, Dan notices it and focuses his camera onto it. What was especially strange is that the shadow appears to be both in front of and behind the support beam at the same time, almost as if it's half inside the pillar at one point. It continues to move around before eventually disappearing, much to Dan's surprise. What makes this video especially scary is not only the fact that the shadow can be seen directly under light, suggesting that it is a shadow person, but more the fact that Dan Bell never intended to capture any paranormal activity in the first place, making his video all the more amazing.
Maybe somebody can look this up on Google and fill us in on what it used to be. Here's a small hole. And it's a shame because people are... What is that?
The following video was captured by another YouTube urban explorer, Urbex Paranormal. What he finds is really crazy. He was exploring a derelict hospital on his own, armed with only his camera. As he enters one side of the complex, you can hear strange sounds which kind of sound like children laughing. He films throughout parts of the hospital and you can see just how long it sat vacant for and how decaying it is. But the really weird thing is when he's coming down the stairs. As he begins to step down some steps, you can see just to the left side of the screen that there's a shadow figure that comes into shot in broad daylight. It's there for a few seconds and quickly vanishes. It's very rare that shadow figures are captured in daylight like this. What makes this video even more scary is that the explorer doesn't even notice it at the time. I'll let you see just how scary it is now. The following video is of YouTuber Joe Weller exploring an abandoned asylum with his friend Elliot in order to capture some footage for an upcoming YouTube video. The asylum gives off creepy vibes from the outside as Joe explains how that lots of mental patients would have been housed here and many of them would have died in the location. Upon entering, it is immediately apparent that the asylum has sat vacant for much time as the walls and ceilings are decaying, adding to the overall creepy vibe of the place. It is later into the exploration that Joe and Elliot find a large empty room that they decide to begin their filming in. As Joe is setting up the camera, the microphone falls from the stand immediately, as if by its own force, leaving both Joe and Elliot confused and a little scared. However, this was only the start of things. They then go about shooting the video like normal and it's apparent that there is something off and you can tell that they're both a little uneasy, but eventually they calm and settle into the video and they go on like normal. That's until they're stopped mid-sentence by a strange voice coming from directly behind them. They both then stop and try and communicate back to find out what it is, only to hear the same voice again. Instantly, Elliot laughs it off as a joke, thinking it's just some kids playing tricks on them, but then Joe affirms the question, who is it then? They both stop shooting the video and try and figure out who, or just what is playing tricks on them. Rocks and other things are then thrown at them. This then happens multiple times again. What's more strange is they can't see anybody to be actually throwing things at them in the first place. Slightly scared, they push forward to investigate who or just what was throwing things at them. When they finally get there, they're taken back by the fact that it's literally empty. Even after stepping outside, they find not a single person or hear anything to suggest that people could have thrown things or ran off anyway, because where would they run to in the first place? And how would they not be noticed doing so?
Easy. Hello? Who's having the banter? Well, this is funny. Wait, imagine if it isn't even like, right, what we get? Alright, you're just vandalising now. What is it?
The following video is from YouTube Urban Explorer, Exploring with Josh, who I personally am a really big fan of and think he has one of the best channels on YouTube. And I really recommend you go and check out his channel if you already haven't. For this video, Josh and his exploration crew were at Ape Cave in Washington State. They start by filming the entrance to the cave before eventually going in. The cave is so deep that the temperature drops to just 40 degrees, where you can even see the frost on your own breath. Armed with powerful lights, torches and their cameras, they enter the cave. The first part of the cave is large and has very high walls, but as they push on further into the cave, it gets smaller and smaller until eventually they're at a point where they literally have to kneel down in order to go any further. Eventually, they're crawling because the cave becomes so narrow, and they're at a point where they believe if they push on they'll find the end of the cave. Now, the way these guys did it, they must have balls of titanium or tungsten or whatever is stronger. This would literally be hell for anyone who's claustrophobic. I think I could do this, but I'd be very scared, much more than they were. Anyway, eventually the cave opens up again and they reach the end of Ape Cave. But this isn't where the crazy part happens. It's as they're heading back that a little girl appears in front of them, completely out of the blue, with no flashlight, with no other people, and doesn't even speak English. It's amazing that she made it that far into the cave without any equipment whatsoever. Josh and his friends stayed with her until eventually her parents called out her name and she returned to them. The whole situation is pretty crazy, as I'm about to show you, but I strongly recommend you go and check out the original video link below.
My hope is that there's no dragons in here. I don't think we're strong enough to take out a dragon.
Yet again, I'm with Josh. No John or Cody. We just
English? You speak English? No English.
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. Come with us.
Hey Josh, do you see those, the couple that was back there?
You wanna come with us?
Tell them their daughter.
The following video is another exploration from the YouTube Urban Explorer Dan Bell. In this video, he was exploring a creepy abandoned motel. Right off the bat during his investigation, it becomes apparent that something is just off about the motel, appearing to have sat vacant from hotel duties for much time, but not vacant by others for so long. He explores the hotel, and for some time he shows off different decaying rooms, each looking very eerie. He even finds some ID cards, which is very suspicious, but this was nothing in comparison to what Dan was about to find next. It was while entering one room that Dan noticed what looks to be like a bone laying on the bed. In other rooms, he turned around to see what looks like blood covering mattresses and strange wrapped up blankets. He also saw some blood prints on the wall. He even finds a knife on the floor. Hello guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe for my future content. Sorry if my uploads have had a few days in between them. I've had to put everything onto PC now and I've really struggled learning my new editing software. This video that you're seeing now was supposed to get done a week ago, but it's took me so long to learn the software. But I'm finally up to scratch with it now, so I'm at quite a good point, and I should be able to upload pretty much every day from now on. Thank you for being patient. If you have any other video suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See ya.